Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I sat down and had a chat with you guys, so I figured we could have a chat and a catch up and talk about what's going on in our lives while we do our makeup. So I'll go through with like what I'm doing with my makeup as I have done previously, but not like in massive detail. This isn't a tutorial or anything. So I have the Colour Tattoo by Maybelline. This is in the shade Pink Gold. I have like massive pan on this. I can't wait until this is done. And I'm just going to go in with this unnamed brush that I have. It's just a flat shader brush, but it's quite dense, so it picks up the cream really nicely. So I have Thai food on order, which means that at some point the door's going to go and I'm going to have to shut off my camera and answer the door with half my makeup done. But ever since the other day I've been craving Thai food and there's no food in the house right now, so I was just like, I'm just gonna get Thai food. And David never lets me have Thai food because he doesn't like Thai food. I mean, he'll eat it, but it's not his favourite. I'm gonna go ahead and set that with my Too Faced Peanut Butter and Honey palette. This shade here that's pretty much almost gone. I'm just gonna set it with that. What are your thoughts on Thai food? Like, I feel like Thai food is one of those things, like, just like other Asian food, right? You either love it or you hate it. I love Asian food. Probably my favourite cuisine. It used to be Italian, but I can't eat pasta anymore. Well, I still eat pasta, but I shouldn't eat pasta anymore because it just makes me feel like shit. Like, I'm not gluten intolerant or anything. I've had the tests done, but it just makes me feel bloated and tired and just generally feel like crap, like I have no energy and like I don't want to do anything, so I just rather not have pasta. And I'm going to use the peachy shade here, Honey Brittle, to go in my crease like as a transition shade. It's a bit pink to be a full transition, but it looks okay. At least I think it looks okay. So I don't know when this is going to go up, but I'm filming this like the way before Christmas, and I've not even started my Christmas shopping. I mean, that's not true. The other day they had a buy one get one free on L'Oreal skincare for men, so I got David some skincare, but other than that I've not done any Christmas shopping. Every year I do it early, but then I always find on like Black Friday and stuff that the deals are way better, and this year Black Friday is payday, so I'll actually have money to spend. So I'm just gonna put that brush to the side in case I need to use it again. And oh, that's the food. Right, I'm back. I had some lunch and did some work and put my hair up so that it wasn't like out here. So I will just continue getting ready. What I want to do is try out that's upside down, the Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy that Erin gave me. I'm really looking forward to trying this. Do you guys keep these? I keep every single one of these, apart from, for some reason, the semi-sweet has gone missing, but I don't know where that is, and I tried looking around and I couldn't find it, so I'm guessing it got lost while I was moving. I don't know. So that unfortunately has gone, but I have the rest of them, even the ones for the small palettes I have, because I don't know, I've never recreated a look from them. I was thinking about maybe starting a series where I recreate some looks from the Too Faced things, but I haven't decided yet. Let me know if that would be something that you'd be interested in. I think it would be a bit of fun, you know, nothing too serious. If it comes out crap, it comes out crap, but it could be fun. So I'm just going to go in with this NYX brush. It's just like a small blending brush. And I'm going to go into this dark brown shade here, Cookie Cool. And I'm just going to do the outer V with this. So I found out yesterday that Tati is coming out with a new eyeshadow palette. And I mean, it's no secret by now. You guys should know that I have no interest in beauty influencer from Instagram or from YouTube or from wherever, if they have like a palette or if they have makeup and stuff out. Like, I'm just not interested because I can't be dealing with the politics behind their brands and stuff. Among other things, of course, but that's the primary reason, is I can't be dealing with it. And I kind of feel like everyone's going nuts about it, and I kind of feel a bit like, because it's Tati, right? Everyone is just good. It's going to be hyped no end. And people are just going to die from fear of missing out. And then it's going to be sold out in 5 minutes. Because they'll have limited stock, which adds more hype around it. And it's just... She can't even keep her Halo Beauty website up and running. How is she going to do... Like, how is she going to cope with the demand that this eyeshadow palette's going to bring? I feel like there are lots of customers who are really upset because they had delayed orders from Halo, and apparently the customer service wasn't very good. So I don't even know if people are going to be buying this eyeshadow palette, but just based on principle. So I've just done the outer corners. I'm just going to touch this one up slightly because this is slightly darker than this one. It is the light as well, because the light's coming from this side. So one side of my face will be lighter than the other, which will look freaky when this goes to editing, but I'll do what I can. I tried before, when I filmed these, I tried moving the light around so that it faced this way, but because of where my desk is up against the wall, it just doesn't work, and the light can only come to like this corner of me, so it never like actually works. Sorry if I keep looking in the viewfinder, by the way. I do it every time I put contact lenses in. I freak out and I need to check that everything's okay because I can see without my glasses, and yeah, just still getting used to having contact lenses in all the time. So sorry if it's really bugging you. I will make a conscious effort to not do it in the future, and I've been saying this all the while out of focus, and that's another reason I keep checking, is because for some reason my camera has major focusing issues and just keeps not focusing. So the next thing then is I'll take this Too Faced glitter glue and I press it like on the inner 3/4 up until this point, because that's where the shimmer shade is going to go, and Too Faced shimmers work better if you use the glitter glue. What do you guys think about Tati's launch? Are you going to the eyeshadow palette, or are you like me where you're like, no, I just can't be dealing with it? I don't know how much it's going to be retailing for because there's no prices up on the website, but the palette, if I can find a picture I'll insert it, but the palette looks really like neutral, but the swatches look kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. When I think of Tati, I think of like really bougie, high-end kind of products. And I can just imagine like she would want her line with her name on it to be just as bougie and high-end and expensive, you know? That's just my opinion anyway. We'll see what happens when she releases the palette and the prices for it. So I think for my lid shade, I'm going to go with this gold shade here. This one's called Candy Queen. By the way, this palette smells like vanilla and kind of like a really vanilla-y gingerbread man, whereas the other one, the original gingerbread, just kind of smells gingery and spicy and cinnamony. This eyeshadow is really behaving like a pressed glitter. It's quite hard to get on the brush. Too Faced in their palettes, and I've noticed it more recently than before, ever since the Filthy Rich, the Pretty Rich palette came out, they've been putting less shimmer pigments and more pressed glitter type, or like hybrids in their palettes, and I'm not mad at it. I'm totally there for it. And I'm totally there for this eyeshadow too. It's beautiful. Although I did kind of just go a bit mad around here in the inner corner, and now it looks a bit weird. I just kind of went a bit crazy with the gold, and it just like didn't have that natural almond shape to my eye. Okay, so I've done the gold on the two eyes there. I'm just going to go back in with that small blending brush that I had for the dark brown, and I'm going to go back in, but first I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit. Because I had the same problem on this eye as I did on the other eye, where maybe the brush was too big, slightly too big for my eye. It just kind of went a bit crazy in terms of the inner corner there. I'm just going to blend the two shadows together with this blending brush that I had before, with no extra colour on it, just using the colour that stayed behind, and the two become blended. And then I think I'll take this brush and I'll just run it through the crease just to blend up here as well. Not that that really does much, because once the glitter glue's in place it doesn't really go anywhere. And if you've used the glitter glue then you know what I'm talking about. It's like my favourite eyeshadow primer. I'm just going to go back in with this real quick. So I've got a patchy situation going on here. I think it's because my lid was slightly damp when I applied the eyeshadow. Okay, so I'm just going to tidy up underneath here of any fallout, because I don't want to be blending brown eyeshadow into my foundation. There is a new TV show on Channel 4 where they get professional chefs in the UK, like Michelin star chefs, to recreate British snacks, like maize corn snacks and chocolate bars and things like that, and I'm obsessed with it. Like, they have to replicate it exact, but they're not given the recipe. They just have to figure it out by taste and by what's on the ingredients and stuff. But of course, because so many companies have like patent recipes and things, they just have to figure it out with their chef knowledge, and I'm just addicted to this TV show. I can't stop. I would say I can't stop watching it. I kind of had to stop watching it because I ran out of episodes to watch. But if they put out all the episodes at once, then I'd still be watching it. It's amazing. I'm just going to take this Real Techniques shading brush because I'm not happy with the way that this is blended. So I'm just going to go into this shade here, Vanilla Wafers. It's just a cream shadow. And I'm going to tap off the excess because I don't want too much on my brush. And I'm just going to run it under my brow bone and blend that crease colour. That's a bit better. That's definitely better. Okay, I'm happier now, and I'm happy with the quality of the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to primer my face, and at the moment I'm using this. This is the It Works In Transit Camera Close-Up Mask, Moisturiser and Primer in one. And I've cut it open. I'm trying to use this up right now. It's not anything particularly great to write home about, but it is very moisturising. So I'm using it with my matte foundation that is way too matte, in the hope that it becomes slightly less matte, which it kind of does. I like this primer with that foundation. I can't imagine I would enjoy this primer with any other foundation, but with that foundation it works. I'm just checking the time on the camera because it shuts off at 20 minutes. I'm really sorry if me looking at the viewfinder all the time is really annoying. I will make a conscious effort to try and stop doing that, but it's something that, as I said, I'm just going to have to get used to doing because I'm not used to being able to see without my glasses, and it's freaking my brain out, and I can't. Like, I keep checking, like, can I see things? It's not just at the viewfinder, it's just the viewfinder's moving because I'm moving, so it's catching my eye. But yeah, I'm just going to go wash this off my hands and I'll be back. Okay, so I also wet my sponges. This is just a Real Techniques complexion sponge and the little Real Techniques eye sponge. And I've gone ahead and squirted my foundation onto my hand, and I'm using the Too Faced Peach Perfect, which I'm panning right now. So I'm just going to deposit this across my face in like an even-ish fashion, and then we'll blend it out in a second. How are you guys going with your Christmas shopping? Have you started yet, or are you freaking out and that I'm talking about it too soon? As I said, I don't know when this is going to go up, so it might be that this goes up like just before Christmas, and then I'm like, yeah, it's too soon to talk about Christmas. I have planned out every single video between now and like the middle of January. Even December's videos, where I'm going to try and do a video every single day, I've planned out already. Every single day. Some of it might be a bit more interesting than other bits, but at least I will be able to try and deliver my promise of a video every single day in December. And then in January it will go back to every other day, like it has been over the past few weeks. Unless of course you guys want to see more regular videos from me, so just let me know about that one. Is it like, are you okay with this format of every other day? Would you prefer weekdays? Would you prefer weekends? I do have like an analytics thing on my videos, and I could pay the analytics tool extra to tell me like when's the best time to upload videos for you guys, but I can't really think about paying extra for anything right now, So I'm just using the Revolution Beauty, Makeup Revolution. I keep saying Revolution Beauty because that's the name of their website, but their Makeup Revolution, the Conceal and Define Concealer. I have the shade C3. I love this concealer. It's amazing. And I have taken the stopper out. That's how much I love the concealer. It dries down really well, but it doesn't dry out your skin or anything. It's so good. I'm just going to wait for that to dry down a little bit. I've got my tea here. If you hear my laptop go, by the way, it's either going to be my emails or Erin. I got a new laptop from work. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I like new things, and it's a really nice laptop, but it's like change, right? You know, you get used to something and you fall in love with a thing and it's yours and you get along with it and it becomes your baby and that's your thing. And then you get something new and it feels new and foreign and weird. That's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. Like, even though I love having something new, it also at the same time feels new and weird. And I miss my old laptop a little bit, but I had to give it back. I would have bought it off the company if the company allowed for such activities, but I'm guessing because of privacy reasons and data protection and things, they're not allowed to. Or it's just company policy that they don't. Maybe they have like a recycling scheme, I don't know. I've never really asked the question. But yeah, not allowed to buy the laptop off of them. I don't know if they changed the Real Technique sponges back to the old materials or if they kept it as the new material that nobody likes. If they kept it as the old material, then I have no idea what anyone's complaining about. But then I've only had mine a few weeks, so it might be that they've just not had a chance to break yet. But it feels like the regular material, you know, it doesn't feel any different. It doesn't soak up my foundation any differently. If you know why people were complaining, let me know. Actually, don't let me know, because then I'll go in like all biased and be like, this is doing this because people warned me it would do it, whereas now I get to like discover things for myself and whether I like them or not. I find that's the case of a lot of things, is like, if one person's like taints your view of something, then that's all you see and you don't make a decision for yourself. I find that a lot. If I need somebody to take a second look at something, I'll give a second opinion. I won't give my opinion first. I will just ask them what their opinion is. And then if they ask me, why, what were you thinking? Then I'll give them my opinion, but I want an untainted opinion from them. And not influence them by, this is a BH Cosmetics brush from donkeys years ago. If you look on their website, they don't even have this peach colour anymore, so I'm just using the Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder. I love this stuff. I remember I did a Get Ready With Me back in back in February or March time, and I said that Erin had got me some new of the Peach Perfect Setting Powder, and it was okay because I was already using up the other one and that I was nearly done with it and that it would be gone and then I'd move on to the one that Erin got me. Well, that never happened. I still have the one Erin got me, plus I have another one that she got me, and I'm still working on the one that I was working on before, back in March or whenever it was. But that's mostly because I didn't use much makeup while I was having to go to the hospitals and things, just because a lot of it was early mornings, like leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't want to like get up at 5 to do my makeup just to drive to the hospital, so I didn't bother. But now that I'm going back to work more, I use more makeup again. I'm just going to show you how much I have left. Can you see that? I'm like right by there. That's how much I have left. So it will be done, hopefully by the end of the year. I've got all powder all down my front now. But we will see. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. This is the Milk Chocolate Soleil. For some reason my foundation is looking very yellow. It's been looking yellow a lot recently, I find, and I wonder if it's because I'm using this one rather than a different foundation that I used to use. Maybe this is ever so slightly too yellow for me. Or it might just be the lighting, because we're getting into the winter months, so the lighting's gonna change and stuff. But yeah, we will figure that out at some point. It's almost done anyway, that peach foundation, so I'll just use it and deal with it later. By the time it gets to editing and stuff, it looks ever so slightly less yellow. So I don't know if it's the shock of having foundation on that makes it look more yellow than it is. I feel a bit like I need to blend this further. I just use this brush. My skin is really bad at the moment. I'm just looking in this mirror, like, I got all, not so much spots, but more like texture on my skin, and I don't know if that's just because I'm old now, or if that's because of the foundation, or what. But luckily you can't see it in the camera. Oh, you can, kind of, by here. But by the time I move the camera back to its normal position and then sit in front of it, you won't be able to tell, really. I do not use this foundation if I'm going out. That's how much I don't like it. I'll only use it for filming, because then it's only on my face for like 2-3 hours max, depending on what I'm filming or how much I'm filming, and then I take it off. I'm just using the MUA blush in Cupcake. I've said it before on my channel, I'll say it again, these blushes are the best blushes I've ever used in my life. They're like £1 and you can buy them on sale as well for like 50p. They're amazing. Again, one side of my face will be lighter than the other because of the light that's there, but as you turn, like in the mirror, it looks fine. So yeah, for highlight I'll use the Makeup Revolution Light and Glow palette, and I'm trying to pan this one at the moment, so I'm just going to go in with my Real Techniques setting brush. I love this for my highlight. I'm just going to tap that. The highlight looks better on the camera than it does in person, possibly because the camera is higher than the mirror is, so the light is getting it more. I love this brush so much that when the other one just kind of fell apart, I went out and bought an entire set of Real Techniques brushes, paid 20 quid for the entire set, 20 or 30 quid or however much it was, just for this one brush, because they don't sell it separately. Brows. So for my brow colour right now, I'm in the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Honey. I know it sounds like everything's coming out of this palette, and right now it kind of is, but it's not intentional, it's just everything that I'm working on right now. So like, this is mostly my transition shade all the time, this is mostly my setting shade all the time, and this is mostly my brows shade all the time, and this is going nuts. And the reason it's my brows shade is because I tried it one time, because my brow pencils and stuff aren't dark enough, because I have like aubany kind of hair, not as dark as auburn, like more like a strawberry blonde kind of hair, and my brow pencils are only like light for like light brown and red hairs, so I didn't have anything for my dark purple, so I thought this is kind of dark and it kind of has a purple tint to it, like it's a very reddy purpley brown. So I tried it one time and it suited perfectly, so I'm just using this right now until I can figure out what to do with my other brow pencils. I might have to declutter them, to be honest, because it depends on how long I'm going to be purple for. But hey ho. And this is the Morphe M165, and I'm just going to run that through my brows. I don't really do anything like too extravagant, it's just to colour them, because my brows are quite thick anyway. Because when I was like really nerdy as a teenager, really nerdy and a bit of a loner and a bit of a loser, and that's not me putting myself down, that's just an accurate description of how I was. Like, I had maybe one friend until I got to college, so my whole like school life I had only one friend. Anyway, the point of that was not to reminisce and be like depressing or boring, but to mention to you that I didn't like pluck my brows, because I didn't care about beauty, I didn't care about my appearance, I didn't really care about anything. I was just going through the motions a lot of the time, and it wasn't really me. So I didn't like pluck my brows. I didn't start shaving until, well, what happened was my parents were like, don't start shaving until the very last second, because once you start shaving, you'll always be shaving, kind of thing. And my hairs were still like baby fine and things. But then one day, I was being bullied at school because I was not shaving, and I just lost my temper and took a dry razor to my armpits and my legs and just shaved with a dry razor. I'm just going to face that way and check that my brows are even, because the lighting trick thing, yeah, they seem okay. So yeah, so that's how I started shaving, and then I didn't really pluck my eyebrows until threading became a thing, and then I had my eyebrows threaded a couple of times and I hated it. So I went back to not threading or plucking my brows, because threading is fucking painful. I mean, so is waxing, but I knew waxing was painful. I thought threading, I can get away with it because it's easy, but no. So yeah, so I went back to not plucking my eyebrows. And then I was on holiday in Turkey, and there was a guy there, and we made friends with him. And he was like a beautician type person. He worked at the salon in the hotel, and he did hair for men and women, and he did like facial grooming for men and women as well. You know how like Turkish barbers are. And he was like, please let me at your brows. And I was like, you can't thread them because it hurts. And he's like, it doesn't hurt. And he did it, and it hurt. And I was like, see, I told you it hurts. But then he took tweezers to it and did the tweezers like one hair by one hair by one hair by one hair, which you would think hurts more. But for me, because it's so insignificant and it's only one follicle at a time, it kind of hurt less. So that's what I do now, is I pluck my brows. I will never go threading again. My friend wanted to have his brows threaded, and I didn't talk to this person anymore, by the way. And my friend wanted to have his brows threaded, and he had his done, and the person who was doing it was like, are you not having yours done? And I was like, no way. And they were like, why not? And I was like, because it hurts. And she was like, no, it only hurts if you get a young person do it, and it doesn't hurt if you have somebody who's older and better trained doing it. And I'm like, I really don't believe you. She was like, let me try, just try. And she did it on a part that, like, if she started and then had to stop, it wouldn't make a difference. And I swear to you, it didn't hurt. And I was like, what? Have I just been meeting all the bad people up until this point? Like, all the people who don't care and they just go for it. Anyway, so I let her do my brows. And then I went there again and saw a different person. And I thought, well, seeing as this is the same place and she was the manager, then she'd train all of her staff in the same way. But that wasn't the case, and it was hurting again. So, and I've not been back since. And that is a history of why I plucked my brows, apparently. I just went in with that cookie core again, just in the outer 3/4. Like, I only leave like a quarter to a half here. And I'm going to use that gold shade. I might use a lighter gold, just so that it stands out more. So, apparently, my camera at some point shut off, but I have no idea when my camera shut off. So I've been talking to myself this entire time and not even filming anything. I did my brows. I used the Too Faced Peanut Butter Honey. I then did underneath with the gingerbread extra spicy again. And now I'm going to set it with the Too Faced Peach Mist. And I was saying about how the pump broke on this ages ago, and I'm too scared to get the full size of this, because if the pump breaks on that, then I've got a whole full size of a broken pump and I can't deal with that. I don't really use setting spray to keep my makeup on for like a long period of time. I mostly use it for, because I use a lot of powder on my skin because I have oily skin, I use it for just freshening up and making it look less powdery and cakey and things. And I caught myself just then looking at the viewfinder again. I'm really sorry about that. This is good. It's nice. I have another one. We'll see if the pump breaks on that one as well. For eyeliner, I'm using up the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eye pencil. This is in 0, and this is how much I have left. And it's probably going to be done today, to be honest, because that little nib, I'm not going to be able to sharpen this again, and you can barely see anything in the end there. So this is probably going to be its last use. I hate doing my top lash line. It always feels like I'm poking my eye when I'm not. Yeah, I'm just going to call this done now, because it was kind of scraping my eyes there. So that can go in my empties box. Sorry if things keep going in and out of focus. I don't know what's going on with my camera's focus right now. For mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Great Lash. I got this in a free gift with purchase from Boots. It's an okay mascara. I never used this when it was fashionable, because as I said, as a teenager I wasn't really that interested in my appearance or doing my makeup or anything to do with hair or jewellery or anything like that. It's alright. I don't know if I prefer it to my L'Oreal Holy Grail, but it's okay. It's not bad. I tried some mascaras, and after first use I'm like, no, I cannot use this mascara. But this one has been okay. Okay, so I did my other eye off camera, and now I just need to do my lips. So for my lips, I think I'm just going to use this, and I'll just line it with this, I think. I'm trying to use up my lip liners, so I just use them as like a base for any kind of lipstick, and I'm just going to use, not that because that's purple. Let's have a look, see what we can do that's better. Apparently I don't own a nude lip liner. Oh, yes I do. I do panic over. My camera's not in focus again. So I'll probably just use this for my lips. Okay, sorry, my camera died. I was changing the battery whilst having half-lined lips. So I was just using the Exaggerate lip liner in Addiction from Rimmel. These are so soft and creamy. And I don't really like that in a lip liner. Does that make me weird? Like, I much prefer the MAC lip liners, which are more dry and hard and easier to get a sharp line with. It's a nice colour. I'm not sure it goes with my eye look that I've got going, but the lipstick that I'm going to put over the top is more brown toned. And this is the Maybelline Colour Sensational in Velvet Beige. And that's the completed look. So I'm going to go ahead and film some other videos. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry I was a bit all over the place. It's been one of those days. I almost very nearly just quit and just come back tomorrow, but I realised I don't have time to do that and I want to get some videos up for you guys. So it is what it is. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys very soon. Bye!